Hello and welcome back to the Board Hooving YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, I don't want to address it again. I'm not going to do another sorry video because then I will literally keep doing it every time I'm on a break. And yeah, like, you know, university gets in the way, my podcast gets in the way. It's been a busy time for my podcast last 3 weeks. We're getting a little bit better, stuff's going up, and that takes priority over this, and I'm sorry about that, but this is my own thing. I do everything on this channel and, you know, I haven't really had the time, and I thought, hey, let's get some stuff out which you'll enjoy. And I've had this video in the rounds for a while. The idea of this video kind of has to be given to Haybite on YouTube. Yeah, they commented on my 10th Doctor era kind of overview video and said, you know, do like, so the full one said do ranking your logos next. I thought that was a good idea, and here we are. Many logos throughout Doctor Who, all of them different, all of them changing, very much like the music, you know, the theme, the actors. Doctor Who is an ever-changing show, and that has to be celebrated as we step into a new and exciting era. You know, we all love Doctor Who for many reasons, and, you know, that's why all our opinions on the logos and the theme tunes and everything are so different. But yeah, we are going to be starting at the bottom in 12th, and in last place, I am putting Patrick Troughton's logo, the logo from 1966 to 1969. Actually, no, it might have been 1967, but I don't really like this logo. And I think it genuinely is down to the generation I've been raised in, because to me, Times New Roman is just the basic basic font, and they did it in the 60s, when it probably looked nice and full and like a good logo, but it just, I don't know, it's such a fall down from the original, where, like, you know, despite it being a simple font, there's changes in size, and that it's top to bottom, but they kind of work together and make a good shape together. And with this one, is very much just like same font, both. Yeah, I don't know, like, it just feels a bit samey, and I don't really like it as much. But yeah, I do not like this one as much as the original. It's a step down, and it's my least favourite Doctor Who logo, which is weird because I like the Troughton era quite a bit. I still have to finish it, to be fair, but like, I do still really love the Troughton era. The logo just doesn't do it for me. But the title sequence it appears in, I love it. Next, in 11th, I am putting, and this might be a shock, I am putting the DW, the 2010 Matt Smith logo in here. And I'm not putting any different versions of this logo, like the one without the DW or anything. It's the same text, it's pretty much the same colour, like they silver it up a little bit and stuff, but like, I don't really like this logo. For me, the text, it just is a bit bulky and a bit fat, and I've never really liked that. And then they make it bigger a little bit for the Capaldi era. I've never really liked it. The DW, when you see it on branding, it's just massive, and it sticks out a bit too much for me. The DW on its own works, but like, it just doesn't scream Doctor Who to me. It really doesn't. I see what they were going for. The fact that the DW turns into the TARDIS in the you know, title sequence. In concept, I really like it as an artistic idea, but it just doesn't. You know, when you can't exactly explain your opinion, just like, this doesn't work for me, and that's all I'm going to say on it. This just doesn't fit what I feel, and it doesn't do it for me. And that's my opinion, and I'm happy with just saying that. And once again, the Matt Smith era takes a massive punch up on this channel, and I feel sorry for people who like the Matt Smith era, because they definitely will not like my opinions on Doctor Who, unless if they only like Series 5, and if so, come here, I like Series 5 too. Next, in 10th place, I am going for the Peter Davison and Tom Baker, and Colin Baker actually, blue kind of tube neon logo. Now, with the title sequence it features in, I've ranked that quite low in my title sequence ranking, and the theme tune itself ranked pretty high in my theme tune ranking, but the logo takes a step down as well. I like what it's trying to do. It's trying to do something new with the logo, really changes it completely. Stacked, they were all stacked throughout the classic era, I'm pretty sure, so this sticks with that. And the idea that the logo itself is all connected in one kind of like neon light, I kind of like, and the way it all lights up is very good. I just don't know about the kind of light blue it ends up looking like. I don't know, it just never really works for me, and sometimes, because of the quality of TV at the time, it just doesn't look like that, and sometimes it looks a little bit more grey. I don't know if that's anyone else, but that might just be me. I'm not colourblind or anything, but like, that's just my opinion. And yeah, I'm just going to go with that, and I'm going to quickly move on into 9th. And in 9th place, I'm going to go with the different version of that, the purple version of that, which was deliberately changed for Season 23, Full Trial of a Time Lord, with a different theme, which I really love. The series, which, I don't know, I have differing opinions on, but I just like the change in logo because I think it works with the dark background title sequence. It looks more naturally like what it was originally going for, with the whole neon light kind of thing, the way the purple kind of shines through. And I really like it. And the way it kind of disappears again, I think works better than the original movement. I really like it. And it may just be because it's part of a better title sequence, but I prefer that change, improves it in my eyes, making it purple. And yeah, that's my opinion. Next, in 8th, I am putting the McCoy logo. Now, this is probably one of the most hated logos in Doctor Who's history. People hate on it. People hate on the title sequence it features in. Growing up, watching Doctor Who and becoming a Doctor Who fan, and then just before watching the classics, I heard from my family and people who I knew that the McCoy era is awful. And these people have never watched it, but that was just their perception because it was the era which cancelled the show. And I don't know, this logo, I can see it and I look at it and I understand why people hate it. Because it's so weird. The two pieces of text do not work together at all. However, it's wacky, it's out there, it's trying something, and in that title sequence where it's used, to me, it works. I really like it. Because, you know, the blocky Who to spread out, I don't mind that. I think if the Doctor was the same text, it would look awful. So it has to be a different colour and a different style completely. And I love how it's made in like a star, like a star coming past or a comet or something. And I like it. I kind of like it. And I can't explain why, it's just a bit weird, but I understand completely why people hate it. I completely understand it. But it does something for me, and I kind of like it. And it's a bit like my guilty pleasure in Doctor Who, that logo. But yeah, that's why I put it there. In 7th place, I am putting the original logo. I've talked about it before, but I just think this logo makes sense. It's simple text, the most simple text you can imagine, but it just works in the title sequence. The way that the Who is just really long and then the Doctor is just really short and small. They complement each other massively because the focus is on the Who, which is what they were going for. Back then, obviously, the whole mystery of the show was the point of it. And I really just like the simplicity of it. Very different to the McCoy one. But I think it's a really good logo. It does what it's supposed to do. And maybe I love it a little bit more for when in the title sequence, when they were obviously making it appear, it kind of reflects, so it says like it looks like it says like Nocta or something like that. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's just simplicity just kind of wins sometimes, and this is one of those cases. In 6th place, I am going to put the Pertwee logo, his first logo, which is kind of like turquoisey in the show. I do like it. It's a very good logo, stacked, and it makes its own font a significant font. A font which I use on this channel quite a lot, if you haven't noticed. It's on a lot of my thumbnails. It's the text I use in all my videos. Check it out. I might change that soon, but like, yeah, that's the one I do, and I like it. It does change at some point though, and I will get to that change, and that will feature in this list higher up. But the texture of it is what puts it a little bit lower than it could be. Like the way it actually looks, it just doesn't have that feel to it, and that's down to the time period it's made in. But it is like a very good logo, a very distinct logo, which is why it's kind of passed the test of time, and we still kind of look at it as an iconic logo. Maybe not in the same way we look at, you know, the neon lights or, you know, the McCoy one, you know. But that one definitely is still used by a lot of people, and it's still seen as like this iconic logo in the show's history. In 5th, I'm going to go with the RTD logo. Now, obviously, there is technically 2 because it's kind of like pale in the first 2 series, but I think that was an accident and they couldn't like colour correct it to be the new logo, because that was originally going to be the logo. The logo was originally going to be this orange thing in Series 1, and they couldn't get it done, and then eventually they do it in Series 3. But what do I think about it? I really like it. It's the logo I grew up with. Instead of stacked, it's one line, and it's, you know, thin. The shape, you know, I always loved it as a kid because it was easy to draw, and that's one thing that I loved about it. I like the dot in the middle. I just think it's sleek, it's simple, and I do like it in the title sequence, the way it kind of flips around. And another thing, because it's long, I love that when the show would end and it would be next time you'd see the Doctor Who like roll past. I kind of liked that as well. I really like this logo, but it's not the best. It's not the best. There are another 4 which need to be mentioned, and they're going to be mentioned. So in 4th place, I am putting the diamond logo used by the 3rd Doctor and the 4th Doctor. More commonly associated with the 4th Doctor. This one is very iconic. It's had many kind of edits on it. My favourite edit obviously being the like orangey one, which is really amazing. It hasn't been used in the show, which is a shame, but it's just such a good design because they frame it around a shape, and the Who is just distinct, blocky, sharp text, and the way that the Doctor Doctor is used around that in this just little circular thing on top. I really like it. It presents itself very well, and it fits into the title sequence perfectly. I think it's a great logo. I think it's a fantastic logo. My only issue is how dark it is, and I may or may not get to that at some point. But yeah, that's what I'm putting. I'm putting that one in 4th, so it's a very strong contender. I think it's a very solid logo, but just misses out. In 3rd place, I'm going for the Jodie Whittaker logo. The logo we just had. I think this logo is fantastic. It's amazing. I think it's really good. I just like how different it is to anything we've ever had, where it is just, I mean, it's the first one of the new show where it just feels really thin. Like, not blocky, it's not surrounded by something like some sort of bubble like RTD. It's not really blocky text. It's this really thin logo, and the line through I really like, and the way that it changes a lot, the way that it can be changed throughout all the media, the way it's black on some Big Finish, it's white on some Big Finish, the way that it's gold on the branding, and the way that in the show it kind of works with the title sequence. It isn't gold, it's got like, it's just a different colour to it. I just love it, and I think it's a very solid logo. It's an amazing logo, and it looks really nice on the collection sets, and I'm glad that RTD, I shouldn't call him RTD, but I'm glad that Russell has announced that it's going to continue on the collection sets, because I was really worried when they changed the logo that maybe that would appear on the new ones, but he's gone, no, I know what being a fan's like, this one is going to stay, which is nice. But it's definitely an amazing logo, but unfortunately for it, there are 2 above it. In 2nd place, I have got the TV movie logo, or more commonly known as like the definitive classic logo now. I forgot to mention it when the Pertwee era happened, when I talked about it, but yeah, here you can see the original Pertwee logo there, the comic poster thing, yeah. But this one is insane. It is just such a great logo because it improves it in every rich way, making it kind of 3D, making it shine, more prominent, more modern. Modernising these classic logos just improves them so much more, and it's a fantastic logo, and it became the definitive classic logo. It was on all the DVDs, it was on all of the Big Finish stuff until the Whittaker era logo kind of took charge, but it's a fantastic logo. And yeah, that's my opinion on it. I think it's fantastic. In 1st place, it's on all of our minds, so once you realised I hadn't put it in 2nd, you knew what was coming. And in 1st place, I am putting the new Ncuti Gatwa's logo, or maybe David Tennant's logo technically, RTD2. This new logo, I'm in love with it. It's, again, just like 2nd place, modernising a classic logo. And I'm looking at the 2 of them here. It's just like, it improves on everything that it's done. It keeps it blue, but there's some sort of a gradient. It's not dark. There are brighter parts of it. It's 3D, so you can see the depth in the actual logo, making it work in a title so we can see a bit more. The Who is a lot more prominent with the yellow writing, meaning that the text colour isn't the same on both. Your eyes are drawn to the Who, and the Doctor words itself, better font for them, a bit thicker, which works, and just the colour itself works. And blue's my favourite colour, so it's always going to end up a bit higher. But yeah, I think this logo is fantastic. I like that it's not massive, it's just a diamond, so it's just like one little shape, both text fits in, I mean it's, easy to kind of put on stuff. It's very easy to just put that in the corner and make that the logo of the Doctor Who brand. Unlike the last logo where it was just like a Who in a circle, this one just works perfectly. And I think this logo is brilliant, and yeah, that's my opinion. So, that is my logo ranking. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Comment below what you think, where do your logos rank for you. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. I really want to grow in subscribers. Please, that would really help. And ding the bell for notifications so you can be notified when I next upload which hopefully is soon. I think so. But yeah, I've been the Bored Whovian, and I'll see you around.